2012 was a great year for fans of women's sports. The U.S. women's Olympic gymnastics team won gold in the Summer Olympics.
The Indiana Fever, a team in the Women's National Basketball Association, won the national championship.
The U.S. women's soccer team won their third consecutive Olympic gold medal.
17-year-old female swimmer Missy Franklin won 5 medals in the Olympics.
Tennis star Serena Williams won her 5th Wimbledon title and her 4th U.S. Open.
Misty May Traynor and Carrie Walsh became the first 3-time gold medalist in Olympic beach volleyball history.
Title IX is a part of the Education Amendments of 1972 and was the first federal law to prohibit sex discrimination against students and employees of educational institutions and ensures equality in education.
These amendments were signed by President Richard Nixon, giving women the same rights to education and federally funded activities as men in high school and college. Title IX, however, is most often associated with sports.
Definition is an equality not only in sports, but might also went into just education in general. Though a lot of people apply it to only sports, but it was supposed to give girls an equal opportunity in more than just sports, also in education in the classroom, in certain subject areas. But most people classify strictly in the area of sports today, and that's where it's had its biggest impact. Is in sports.
1960s civil rights movement inspired a new women's movement, and women began to speak out for fair treatment at school and in the workplace.
The United States Congress passed several laws to give women more opportunities. The broadest was the Equal Rights Amendment, a change to the U.S. Constitution that would give women the same rights as men.
That same year, 1972, Congress passed a law that would be the turning point for women and girls, Title IX.
Well, I graduated from high school and didn't play any sports because Title IX wasn't around then, and opportunities for girls were just GAA.
Bernice Resnick Sandler is often referred to as the godmother of Title IX. After she was denied a teaching position at the University of Maryland, she decided to begin looking at documents about the civil rights movement. Bernice found a footnote in this document that proved civil rights also applied to gender.
At the same time, Representative Edith Green began drafting new legislation and holding hearings about the equal rights for women in education and employment. She originally intended to amend Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. However, she honored the request of many African American leaders and posed a separate and new title, Title IX.
Senator Birch Bayh of Indiana managed Green's bill in the Senate. Many refer to Senator Bayh as the father of Title IX.
Making sure that those female athletes have the resources and the support that they need, even though they're not maybe the ones that are bringing in lots and lots of money for the school. You know, if they're an athlete there, they'd all deserve that equal treatment.
15 months after the passing of Title IX, people began to take notice. In a high-profile match, female tennis player Billie Jean King defeated male tennis player Bobby Riggs. Billie Jean said she played the game to change the minds and hearts of the people about Title IX.
Sure, you notice differences, but you tried to correct it if it was based upon, their sex or their gender. You just didn't let that happen. Sometimes those are perceived differences as much as real differences, though.
Donna Di Verona was a 13-year-old swimmer in the 1964 Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan, where she won a gold medal. She has set many records and was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame.
Donna Di Verona has served as the president of the Women's Sports Foundation, an organization that she founded with Billie Jean King in 1974. In 1999, she was the chairman of the Soccer Women's World Cup. She is currently a broadcaster for NBC Sports. Donna had great insight on the struggles women faced before Title IX.
Well, Title IX probably gave me more opportunities in the area of athletics than I ever dreamed of when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I didn't think I would ever be able to coach and compete.
There was and still is some controversy over Title IX. Some high schools and colleges do not provide some men's sports because they need to pay for the women's sports. Some say this is a direct effect of Title IX.
After Title IX, women's coaching jobs became fewer because the pay for coaching went up and more men were interested.
I think there are very few negative effects. Let's just start that. Maybe, and I say maybe, there are some situations where colleges have lost a program or two, and especially with wrestling programs. It seems like, the wrestling programs, some baseball programs were negatively affected.
Title IX gave women the opportunity to pursue their academic responsibilities. However, women also gained additional life skills on the playing field.
Athletics and through being able to compete, I think you learn those things of cooperation, honesty, working together, and just something as simple as understanding your teammate. Sometimes that is hard for girls especially, and to be humble. Sometimes it's okay to not be humble, but it's also to be humble is important too.
Title IX was revisited in 2003 when President George Bush created the Secretary's Commission on Opportunity in Athletics. Donna DeVerona served on the commission with U.S. women's soccer star Julie Foudy. They explored universities that were making Title IX work and tried to figure out how other schools could succeed with Title IX. Senator Birch Bayh showed his support again. NCAA President Miles Brand also made several statements about making sure that Title IX was protected.
To appreciate what you have and to not take for granted that you just have this opportunity to walk in here and play, that there were a lot of people that worked really hard and pushed and fought for that, to be an opportunity. So that's probably my experience, to not take any of that for granted.